Hello there, my name's Matthew Bolton. I'm a teaching and learning specialist for the Chartered Institute for Securities and Investment, also known as the CISI. You are probably watching this video because you have been sent a link to something that may be of interest to you in the new academic year, so from September 2021. So if you have ever considered or thought about a career in financial services, or maybe you haven't done so, but it's something that might be of interest to you, we are offering an educational program to students in and around Birmingham, Manchester and Leeds, which is free of charge for the next academic year. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about what that program involves. And if it's something that interests you, we welcome you to apply for this program. So what I just want to talk about in this brief recording is to tell you a little bit about the CISI and who we are, a bit about how the education program that will be taking place is structured, entry requirements if you would like to apply, and how you do apply to be a part of the program from September. So first of all, just a bit about the CISI, the Chartered Institute for Securities and Investment. We are a professional body, okay? So we represent individuals that work within the investments and securities professions around the UK, but also globally as well. So we are a global body. We have a reach internationally amongst many different countries where we work with regulators and we work with firms to offer qualifications and what's known as continuing professional development to those working in the industry. So we evolved from the London Stock Exchange and our head office is in London, and you can see on the slide there what's known as the walkie-talkie building there, which looks like the same shape as a walkie-talkie, famous for melting cars. And that's where our head office is based, but we have staff globally based around the world. So we've got about 170 staff, and around 45,000 people or members of ours actually sat our exams last year, and around 20,000 of those, so just under half of them, are actually students. So we publish around 10,000 publications in forms of workbooks and review magazines to help our members develop their careers and to give them that platform to move on from where they are and start to take on new roles and new responsibilities. So we are what's known as a professional body, and we are actually a charity. We represent three kind of key cornerstones of what we regard as the essentials for being a member, but also working in the industry, which is professionalism, integrity, and excellence. And that's reflected through the program and by our members that sign up to become a member of the CISI. So in terms of what this program actually is, well, it's free of charge to those that want to participate, and it's going to be over 1 year. So it's open to year 12 or year 13 students in schools or colleges in and around Birmingham, Manchester and Leeds. So there are two elements to this program. The first is to do with the knowledge. So we will give you the knowledge to be able to kickstart a career in financial services. So you will study online towards a professional qualification. So a CISI qualification at level 2, which is known as the fundamentals of financial services. This will involve 25 one-hour-long teaching sessions delivered online, and we will cover things like ethics and integrity in financial services, which is an extremely important part of working in the industry and being a member of the CISI. We will look at some personal finance, so we'll look at saving and borrowing, so taking out loans, mortgages, credit cards. So we cover off some of the basics of personal financial management. And we look at banking, so we look at the difference between retail banks, investment banks, central banks. We look at financial instruments like equities, so understanding shares, how they work, how investors make returns, how they are traded, how stock exchanges work. We also look at things like stock market indices and what they mean and the information they give, as well as looking at returns on investment through things like yields when you are investing through and the returns you gain through dividends. We look at things like bonds. So we look at how bonds are traded, how they work, and the terminology that sits behind them and the way they are priced. So again, the opportunities that investors get if they invest in these things. Also, we look at derivatives, which is another very different type of financial instrument. So we focus on things like forwards, futures, and options. And again, we cover how they work, the terminology. So we really kind of cover off a lot of the basics. We also look at some of the other areas of financial services in a basic way. So we look at fund management, or what's known as investment management, retirement planning, so pensions, insurance, and foreign exchange. And all of this will be assessed at the end of the academic year via a 1-hour computer-based exam. The second element that you will complete at the same time is the skills piece. So we give you the knowledge through the qualification, and then we also help develop those skills that prepare you for either employment in financial services when you leave school, or potentially when you leave university. And this is an element of the programme that will be delivered via an organisation called the Talent Foundry, which are well known for the Barclays Life Skills programme, amongst a number of other initiatives, working with a number of firms throughout the UK. So at the same time that you are studying the qualification, you will participate in 5 1.5-hour or 90-minute online sessions delivered by the Talent Foundry that will also include mentors, people that work in the profession currently in wealth, investment management and financial planning, who will support you through those employability sessions. So we will cover off core transferable skills and abilities, things like building confidence, resilience, creativity and teamwork, as well as supporting you in writing an effective CV, cover letter or personal statement if you're looking to apply to go to university. There's also, we also cover off communication, how you pitch, body language, and we will even carry out some mock interviews for you to be able to practice and gain feedback from professionals working in those areas. So combining the two elements over the course of an academic year, if you're in year 13, you can then look to apply for apprenticeship or school leaver roles in your area. Or if you're looking to go to university, this is something that will make you stand out and differentiate you from others when you're applying for undergraduate courses. So just a little bit more about the programme structure. As I said, it's 2 elements, but you have 25 1-hour online teaching sessions which cover the content of the Level 2 qualification. And that will include revision sessions, and if we are able to source external speakers to talk to you about careers. Those teaching sessions will take place every term time Monday between 4:30 and 5:30 p.m. and they will commence in October 2021. Alongside these, there will be 15 90-minute online employability sessions, as I said, carried out by the Talent Foundry, and you will also have the chance to meet and work with people that work currently in the profession. Most sessions will take place via either Google Meet or Zoom. Okay, so you will need to be able to use or have access to a Wi-Fi connection, because video conferencing will use quite a lot of data there. So you need to be able to do that. You will also be provided with a Google Classroom login, which is where we will provide you with resources. So you will have the slides, recorded sessions for each session, but also articles, and there will be tasks to complete before each session so that we have something to discuss and something to reflect upon, and they will often be marked. So you will need to be prepared to carry out at least an hour of pre-work for each session to be able to participate in a programme, and you will need to be committed to that. Now, the exam for the CISI qualification, that will take place from the start of June. I've got 2021 up there, but actually be 2022. And that will take place at a CISI test centre, which will be located either in Birmingham, Manchester or Leeds city centre. So you will need to be able to travel to those test centres, and you can choose an exam slot at a convenient date and time from the choices that we have available. So that just gives you a bit more about what the programme entails. Now, in terms of entry requirements, if this is something that's of interest to you, you need to be in either year 12 or 13, attending a state school or FE college from September 2021. You need to be prepared to attend every session. Okay, some of the content that we cover is very different to anything that you will have come across in your studies at school. So you need to be there to be able to attend every session. We will record those sessions, or we will have recordings available for you to watch, but it's important that you're there to be able to ask questions and ensure that you understand what we've covered. You need to be prepared to complete work outside of online sessions. That's really important to enable you to get the most out of this programme. And you really ideally need to be interested or have an enthusiasm or something that interests you about working in financial services or just financial service in general. As I said, you need to be prepared to be able to travel to either Birmingham, Manchester or Leeds city centre to take the exam. And ideally, we would like you to have achieved at least a grade 4 in English and Maths at GCSE level. Not essential, but ideally you are studying towards or have studied towards a GCSE, or you're studying towards an A level in business or economics. Not essential, but it just helps when you're covering some of the content off because you already have a basic understanding of business terminology. And you need to be able to respond promptly and politely to communications, because we will communicate with you either via email or via the Google Classroom. So you need to be able to reply promptly and politely to those communications. And that's all part of the professional environment and working professionally. You're going to be communicating with individuals that work in the profession, and this is a professional qualification. So we expect that there to be a certain level of professionalism in the way that you conduct yourself in these sessions. So finally, how can you apply for this? So there is an online application form, and the link to that is in the description of this video below. And you need to apply by Friday, the 24th of September 2021 in order to gain a place. The application form will take around 7 minutes to complete, and part of this will be to give us details of your parent or guardian for whom we can get permission for you to participate in this programme, as it is outside of school hours. Once your application has been reviewed and parental consent gained, you will be able to participate in your programme, and your place will be confirmed to you. So hopefully that gives you a bit more information about the programme, whets your appetite to apply. So we look forward to receiving your application by Friday, the 24th of September 2021. And we look forward to welcoming you on the programme then. Thanks very much.